here. First things first, we are going viral. Chris Paul's having a great season with the Thunder. In an interview with Taylor Brooks that was released yesterday, CP3 gave us a bit of a tease of another team he almost played with. Take a listen.
In this alternate universe, right? You, D-Wade, Melo, Bron are all on one team. What does that look like? What kind of ball are we playing?
I don't know. It's all another story. Me, Bron, and D almost had a chance one time, but we didn't know who was going to wear number 3. But what's the next question?
No, whoa. Okay, what team, what conference? I mean, give me something.
I don't know.
That is a...
In this universe.
In this universe, there was a chance y'all all three are going to be the same team. Okay, just tell me this. How long ago?
Sometime in the past 15 years.
Whatever.
Dwan, we miss out on CP3 on the banana boat?
No, I don't think that combination don't work anyway.
Whoa! Wow, that's a mistake. I didn't see
Two
No one saw that coming.
That combination does not work. 2 ball dominant.
You're talking about Chris Paul and LeBron.
LeBron James is 2 ball dominant. He's not going to give up the ball to Chris Paul. You know that. Your guy's not willing to sacrifice.
Absolutely
He's not
agree
willing
with your take.
Oh, okay.
It wouldn't, no, because Chris Paul's whole utility is a lot of the same things LeBron does.
But I will give Chris Paul credit because he could have tanked it this year. Nobody would have given any problems with that. But he's played great and led them young guys to a big-time playoff berth.
Also, might still happen. What might still happen?
It could down the line.
That D-Wade comes out of retirement? That they all three...
Did he file his retirement papers?
Oh, okay.
No, just did he or not? You're the
I don't know. Chris Paul's got another $40 million coming to him. I don't think he's giving it up. I don't think it's still going to happen.
No, the 80, right?
Okay, that's your second hot take.
And I got it right.
There you go. Well, it's wrong, but you got the words right. So you're on the upward trajectory. Absolutely.
Might happen.
Time for your rewarding performance, sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Whether you think Jayson Tatum is a superstar or not, he's definitely making his case. Celtics beat the Jazz. Another big night for Tatum. 33 points and 11 boards. Jayson Tatum is averaging just over 30 points in the month of February. But, Nick, you're still not quite convinced Jayson Tatum's a star.
Listen, bless you.
That out of the way.
We got to define what star is. And Jayson Tatum, I said yesterday on the show, is going to win Eastern Conference Player of the Month. And then he went out and had another monster game. I think he had 25 in the first half.
Yep.
He was sensational. This month, Jenna, you mentioned he's averaging 30 this month. He's doing it on 51% from the field, 50% from 3. The Celtics have won 9 of 11. Their 2 losses are at Houston and at the Lakers.
Superstar status.
No.
Superstar, those sound like superstar numbers.
Okay, listen. There are tiers in this league. There's the superstar tier, the LeBron tier.
Tatum.
LeBron, Giannis, Harden, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Steph. Those 7. They are by themselves. No one else is in that group. Then there's that next tier. The All-NBA maybe will be superstars as soon as next season, or once were superstars, but now a bit on the tick down. Joel Embiid, Paul George, not playing like it this year, was 3rd in the MVP last year. Dame, Clay, let's not forget about Clay, he's out for the season. Nikola Jokic, who I don't love his game, but you can't deny how effective they've been. Russ, Luka, Zion. That's your next group of guys.
What are we calling them? Stars?
Stars, All-NBA.
But Zion's in there.
Yeah, Zion's in there. You can say it's recency bias. I don't think he's going to tear off.
Okay.
Then there's the tier Tatum's in.
Okay.
There's no shame in being in this tier. He's with Pascal Siakam. He's with Jimmy Butler. He's with Bradley Beal. He's with Kyrie Irving. He's with Chris Middleton. He's with draft classmate Donovan Mitchell. He's with C.J. McCollum. That's where he is. Celtic fans, that's not an insult. It's a compliment.
He's like a literal Celtic. Celtic. I'm a Celtic
I mean,
fan.
okay, so
like
fair
Celtic
enough. That's all right. I mean, do you think that I'm underrating Jayson Tatum?
Not right now. He's still got some work to do to prove. I mean, we're going off a sample size of the last, I would say, 6 weeks where he's taking his game to the next level. I said this last year. He was going to have to get better, get back to playing the way he played his rookie year.
Yep.
And he did that. He put the work in. You see it. His offensive game has evolved now. He can score from anywhere on the floor. Obviously, the most impressive part has been his three-point shooting. The ability to make the three-point shot has been great. But when you think about the Eastern Conference, he's probably in the top 4. You know, it depends on what you want to look as far as
his tier.
I'm just talking about as far as wings. You know, you got to put him in
as far as wings.
As far as wings, he's in the top 4. You know, you got Jimmy Butler, who's really good. Then obviously Ben Simmons, if you want to put him in that category with Ben Simmons.
I've got him in the same group.
Yeah, and then Siakam. I will say that. Yep. You know, it's always the Greek freak is at another level. You know, because he's at another level. But he's in that top 4. But what he's doing right now on the offensive end, He's that next Celtic. He's that next Bird. He's that next Paul Pierce for the Boston Celtics. He's arrived.
And good for him because he's worked on things he needs to work on. His body's gotten better. His defense has gotten better. Like he's an ascending player, but people want to anoint him. He's not there yet. Okay. He's not one of the 15 best. All I'm saying is not one of the 15 best players in the league.
Well, that's story time.
I can't do the math. We're minutes into the first show.
It's my first day.
Go.
I had 2 hot takes already. People are like, oh, you're going to be on the show with Nick Wright. I say, yeah. Like, are you going to argue with Nick Wright? And it was kind of like a boxing thing. Like, you're going to argue with, like, I don't know if you want to argue with Nick Wright. He's a good arguer. I'm like, no, I'm not really an arguer. I'm not like I'm like a nice person.
You're a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah, I'm just not. So I'm like, how can I disagree with this take vehemently, but I want to, like, find common ground. So for the month of February, where he's averaging 30 points and 50%, are you willing, I don't know if your tier has like monthly tiers, are you willing for this month to put him in your superstar tier?
Yeah, if you're willing for this month to put Paul George in the G League. But that's not how this stuff works.
It's like, your tier. No, has he been playing like a superstar?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's how you win Eastern Conference Player of the Month. It means in the
maybe it's like Nick's tier.
This conference, this month he's been as good or better than Giannis.
That's good. See, that's good. Put that on the bar. Nick Wright.
Don't put that on the bar.
Tatum is better than Giannis.
But Jenna, I want to bring up someone near and dear to your heart, Danny Ainge. Because you know who agrees with me, and not Sully in the South End, and not all the people populating my Twitter feed right now angry with me? Danny Ainge. Because if he thought Jayson Tatum was already a superstar, then guess what? He moves one of those precious draft picks.
To get AD?
Forget AD. To get Davis Bertans, to get Clint Capella, to get a big at the deadline who was available. If you think you have a superstar, you think you can go to the finals. And if you think that, you move the Memphis pick, which you've held on to like it's spun gold, the Milwaukee pick that you have. And he didn't. You know why? Because he knows they're a year away from being a year away, which is where the Celtics always are, by the way. But that's where they are right now.
Or can I throw this out there? Yeah. Maybe he knows what Brad Stevens needs to have a complete team. He knows that Brad Stevens already tried working with a superstar. Didn't quite work. Brad Stevens does great with that system when all those guys, they always seem to play a little bit better when they don't have that mega superstar
but I'm not
on
saying
that
they should have traded for a superstar. I'm saying
the reason why, and we don't talk about it, but the reason why these guys are playing a lot better, and let's be honest, Kyrie's gone. You got the bad apple out the locker room. The guy that kind of create this negative energy in the locker room is gone. You got a upbeat guy in Kemba Walker who's came in and fit in very well, who's had an all-star year. Yep. You got 4 guys averaging double figures, 4 guys that can get you 20 to 25 at any given moment. Yep. They're sharing the basketball at an unbelievable rate. They got a good system in place. They're a little small as far as on the team. They're not as big as they are, but they got the attitude is right. Last year, we talked so much about the Celtics won 49 games last year. They were still a very, very good team. But we talked about last year about the attitude, the bad press conferences that Kyrie had. That tears young guys down that are 21, 22, 23 years old. Danny Ainge knew that. You bring a positive guy into the locker room like Kemba Walker, things change, attitudes change. Now, all of a sudden, Jayson Tatum's an all-star. Now he's feeling really good about himself. That's why he's playing great this month. It's because, one, he gets voted to the All-Star team. When you get voted on the All-Star team, your swag go up, Nick. You walk a little different. You talk a little different. You feel yourself. So he's coming in the building now. He's a little different. He's going to start dressing a little different.
Oh!
Watch. He's going to start dressing a little different. He's going to go out now.
Maybe a new tattoo.
Yeah.
Well, the tattoo is part of it, right?
It's everything. He's going to start taking... Even though he didn't take his game, like we know he took his game serious, is he going to take it even more serious? It's something about when you get selected to the All-Star team, you in the locker room with the top other 23 guys in the league, you start to feel different. You start to pick up things.
You know that. Your first one was, what, 98? You get
98, my second year.
You start dressing different?
Yeah, Michael Jordan, Reggie Miller, Larry Bird's my coach. I'm like, man, I'm on the back of the bus like, man, they like young fellas, you got to go to the front of the bus. This is the veterans on the back. It's a different feeling you have. And I brought that to my team. I wanted to win more. I'm more vocal now. I'm speaking up in the locker room. I guarantee you everything about him changes. You'll see the demeanor changes on him.
That's great.
It's going to be unbelievable. And he's the next Bird. He's the next Paul Pierce for the Celtics. He's that next guy.
I got no problem with
Thank you, Danny Ainge. How about that? What's the moral of the story? Danny Ainge is awesome. Take a break. Coming up, I'll spend the break telling you why I think that. I know.
We'll talk about that.
Word at the NFL Combine is that Tom Brady could be sought after by the Giants next. First things first.
That'd be brutal.
He does this great soliloquy.